If you want to apply AI to your agency, you have to nail these three things. You just have to. If not, you're going to end up creating slop. And that is a core pillar of what we want to try and avoid here, is really teaching how to leverage AI the right way. So you're creating better outcomes for your clients and really a better business for yourself. So it's a three-part process. If you go into the blueprint training as it is now, we're currently rebuilding and reorganizing the school platform, but you'll see module 1 and 2 are all about positioning, offers, and productization. So what we're doing now is we're going to be updating these three things into 3 very simple videos. We can truncate and speed up a lot of them. We're not going to go as in depth as we were. One, because a lot of these concepts we're going to keep up there. You can watch more videos on them if you want, but really we're revisiting this through the foundations of an AI leveraged agency. And again, these 3 concepts here, you just cannot leverage AI if you're not doing these things. So today's a foundational training, much more on the agency strategy side. What we're going to cover in the foundations training here, we're going to go through positioning. Some people call that picking a niche. I call it market positioning, but it's the same thing as picking a niche. We're going to talk about designing your offer, which is what you do for clients, how to price it, just all the kind of foundational elements of running this type of agency model, turning this into repeatable, scalable systems, aka productization. So it's always like a bit of validation when time continues to pass on and the trainings that I built 5, 6, 7 years ago are still hyper relevant because they're built on the right foundation, right? They're built on good business models. They're built on the right strategies, the right practices. What's the 2026, 2027 update for this going forward in terms of how is this going to continue to apply to your business through these concepts? The foundations don't change. And, sometimes I'll get messages and be like, hey, this training, some of these videos up here are pretty old. And I'm like, yeah, they are pretty old, but they're still relevant. If you go up there and watch the stuff that's up there right now on market positioning, offer design, it's almost going to kind of be a lost art because I don't have to teach it as in depth anymore because AI can help you out with so much. But it's kind of like if you think about your kids when they go to school and you're like, man, are they going to learn math anymore because of technology and what it's doing? So it's almost kind of like knowing how to do these things at a core level. Glad I taught it, and we're going to continue teaching it because you can't fast forward through building a business. You have to understand these concepts because ultimately it's a core part of what we do as agencies. You have to understand ultimately 3 things. 1, your market positioning or your niche. Who are you doing it for, right? This is the who part of the equation. Number 2, the offer. This is what you do. SEO, link building, Facebook ads, lead generation. That's a very high level oversimplification of what an offer is, but it's the what. And then the final piece is how you deliver it, right? And I'm a big believer in the productized model. And when you put these 3 things together, you can't run an AI. You can't leverage AI without doing these 3 things because otherwise you're just going to be creating a ton of slop. It literally is what separates you from your client going to ChatGPT and being like, write me a blog post. Like these are the things that are going to build a moat around your business and your model as we get deeper into AI, because anybody's going to be able to access these tools, especially as they get easier going forward. So like, what are you bringing to the table? This is the foundation. And it's really, really important that you understand these and you build them into your agency. AI is a delivery mechanism. It's not a business strategy. AI is not a business model. It is not a strategy to just come in and be like, I'm going to use AI on a real estate business model and I'm going to make money. That's not what we're doing here. That's not what I want you to understand. Like, it is a delivery mechanism to help and speed up the foundation that you've built, right? So without a clear offer, without a clear niche or market position and a delivery model, you're just creating chaos. You're not automating anything. You're not delivering anything of value. You're just feeding into the narrative that you see all over social media about slop. So that's not what we're doing here. It's very important. AI is already commoditizing execution. It's going to continue to commoditize execution. So offer and positioning become increasingly valuable because your offer is ultimately what makes you worth hiring. I mean, look at the blueprint training here, right? Like us going back, revisiting our offer through the lens of AI is how you want to be looking at offer design. I'm not reinventing the wheel here, right? I'm literally going back and I'm teaching you stuff that I've already taught, but I'm updating it through the lens. That's an updated offer, but it's built in something that has staying power, right? So when we start talking about this for agencies, we're talking about SEO or Facebook ads or website design or whatever it is that you're doing, we're going to revisit these things and talk about how to update them for 2026, 2027 and beyond to, again, make sure that you have something that clients want to hire you for. And positioning is what makes you findable, but it also is what makes you relatable. It is what makes you dangerous in reality. And we're going to talk about more of that in the coming slides about positioning. But, it gives you a very unique advantage in the market when you have very specific subject matter expertise. And we're going to talk more about that because some of you still need convincing that that's the right way to do it. And then productization, the third piece of this, is what makes you scalable. The ability to do things over and over and over again at scale without losing value in terms of the output of what you're doing is ultimately where a lot of agencies in the past have gotten stuck. AI is going to help us to do that. But again, without these three core elements, AI is going to do nothing for us, because my dad can go to ChatGPT or Claude and type in and get something. But if there's no structure, there's no process, there's no framework behind it, it's just never going to work. Or you're just going to continue to feed the narrative that this is low quality work. So the agencies struggling right now are not the ones not using AI, right? You can do it the traditional way, whatever you want. It's the ones who have never had the foundations, right? And I see this on LinkedIn all the time. I've been very active on LinkedIn. I've been very active on YouTube the past month or two, posting videos. And there is a lot of commentary of people that are resistant to it, of people that think that it's garbage, or people that just don't believe that this is a viable method. And I just look at them, I'm like, I understand why you think that, but it's not the tool, it's you. And I mean that with all due respect. I posted this on LinkedIn the other day, and it's basically like, yeah, AI generates a lot of slop, but it's not AI's fault, it's your fault. We're not talking about super intelligent machines here that are running the world. You are controlling it. So you are in charge of the output. And if this is the core reason why agencies are not getting results from it and don't know how to leverage it, because their business models are already chaotic, they don't have a clear who, they don't have a clear what of value that they provide their who, and they have a crazy way of trying to deliver it that has no structure, no process, no rhyme or reason. They're already getting bad results for clients. So why would AI help them? It's not. It's just going to create more chaos and more work. So ultimately, this is important because I said a lot of you come into this program, and a lot of you might already have your niche. A lot of you have been in the blueprint for a while. A lot of you are new to this program. This is not optional. If you are not comfortable saying, I'm only going to work with this type of business, you got to stop here. This is not going to work for you. I'm sorry. Like, even just running an agency period is not going to work for you. If you think that you're just going to run a general SEO agency model now and in the future, you are already out of business. You just don't know it yet. Or you don't have a business, you have a job working for a bunch of clients who don't really know what they want, and you're always just going to be chasing your tail. You're always going to be herding cats. It's not a fun business to run. None of this works without it. These three things are a non-negotiable to run an agency business, period. AI or non-AI, but like, especially if you want to be leveraging AI, the stuff that we're going to talk about in here, you are going to fail, and it's going to be hard. But if you do these things, if you adopt them, I promise you that your business is going to get easier, and it's going to become that business that you want to run again. I hear this so much from people that come into like the Inner Circle program and just the blueprint in general, where they're just burnt out on their business. They feel like they're constantly, basically just herding cats is the analogy that I always use, right? Or like plugging holes in a boat that they only have two hands, and every time they plug one, another leak springs up, right? Oh, now there's an issue here. Now there's a client complaining. Now this client fired us. All these different things. And it's because the foundation of the house is cracked. You cannot put up walls or a roof if the foundation of the property is not sound. And this is the foundation of an agency business model for the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and certainly for the next 10, 20, 30 years too. So trust me when I tell you, you will make more money and you will be a happier business owner by adopting this stuff. Ryan here. Hope you liked that video. If you want more, check out these two videos right here on this screen.